What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Taurean Rain Reloaded channel. If you are new, hit that subscribe button. Also, be sure to hit that bell and have your notifications set to all so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share this content on your various social media platforms. So today, we will be talking about the legendary Mariah Carey. And y'all can pretty much see where I'm probably headed, maybe or maybe not headed with this, just based on this cover right here. Now, anybody who was born from the early 90s and back are very familiar with this album cover and know what major hit song is on this album. And of course, that song is All I Want for Christmas Is You, which was released back in 1994 and literally has broken every type of record that you could think of, and is probably one of the most played holiday songs of all time. And I think it actually became Mariah Carey's 19th number one hit years after its release. And the song is just continual to be played everywhere. Like, you can't escape this song if you go to a store or to a mall during the holiday season. It's going to be played. But the reason why I'm talking about this today is because this man by the name of Andy Stone released a song called All I Want for Christmas Is You back in the 80s before Mariah released this one in the 90s under the same title. And now he's claiming that he's suing her for $20 million, not because she stole a melody, not because she stole a beat, well, a melody or even a lyric, but because in his eyes, she stole the title of the song. When I heard that, I said, this guy's going to be laughed out of the courtroom before he even gets to the courtroom. The title, that's what you're suing over? Do you know how many songs in the world have the same title to it that are not the exact same song? I mean, think about it. I'll even use Mariah Carey as an example. Remember when she came out with her Emancipation of Mimi album, which was just a phenomenal album, by the way, when she had Shake It Off on there? And then years later, Taylor Swift came out with that song Shake It Off, which I absolutely hated because I don't like Taylor Swift and I really hate that song. You didn't see Mariah Carey trying to go after Taylor Swift for it because they were two different songs. They were two different beats. Like, Mariah's was more like an R&B type of sound. Taylor Swift was more like a pop type of sound. And the lyrics were different. And I'm sure they had different meanings for the lyrics, for the song. But this guy's suing because she's the same title as his song. And apparently, I think it's more so he's just mad because we all know how huge and how massive this song has become. It's pretty much become a cult classic at this point. Like I said, you can't escape this song whenever the holidays roll around. It's played on every radio station you could think of. It's played in all the stores, all the malls. A lot of people who say they work in retail, they already know what they're in store for when the holiday season rolls around and this song starts to play. It's one of the most heavily rotated songs ever, probably even outside of the holiday season. I said one time, if Mariah Carey decided that she didn't want to do music anymore, she could retire just off of that one song. Even though we know she has a massive catalog, but that one song right there, she could retire off of if she was to say been a one-hit wonder. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article, and it's fun. This is a very funny commentary right here because it's absolutely ridiculous, and she's probably laughing right now just like even hearing about this guy. I never even heard of this guy before. It's some random PC man from back in the day. It says, Mariah Carey is allegedly and ironically a big Scrooge. She's being sued over her blockbuster Christmas jingle, with another artist claiming his song by the same name inspired hers. That's a big leap. Mariah is being sued for copyright infringement by Andy Stone, who says he co-wrote and recorded a song called All I Want for Christmas Is You a couple years before Mariah dropped her famous track with that title. According to the lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Andy claims he recorded his track back in 1989 in Nashville and says it got extensive airplay and even made it to the Billboard charts during the 1993 Christmas season, and he even filmed a music video. Problem for Andy is Mariah released her version in 1994 along with her own music video, and we all know what a massive hit that's become since then. Andy claims Mariah and her camp never sought or obtained permission to use that title. That's because they didn't need to, because according to copyright, anything outside of like using lyrics or beats or melodies, that's not covered under copyright. I mean, titles is outside of the copyright infringement. Like I said, there's a lot of artists who use the same title for songs, but they're not the same exact songs as the original or another type of song. For instance, Michael Jackson came out with Rock With You back in 1979. Ashanti released a song under the same title back in the early 2000s called Rock With You. They're two different songs. You didn't see Michael Jackson going after Ashanti because they're two different songs. Just happen to have the same title. The same thing applies here, but this guy, like I said, he's just upset because his song got shafted after a while. Her song became big, and he just basically wants a cut of the profit. That's basically what it is. It's a money grab for him. I remember I did a video a couple years ago on my original channel where Mariah Carey was being sued by some random guy for allegedly touching him inappropriately. And that thing didn't make it far because that story literally probably only stayed in the airways for like a day. Literally probably a day and was gone from there. I think it was somebody who used to be a bodyguard of hers, and I think he had got fired, and apparently he was upset he got fired, and then he just came up with this lie that she inappropriately touched him. But let me continue. Now, while everyone knows Mariah's song, the fact that it sounds completely different from Andy's tune. Different lyrics, different melody outside of the title. They're inarguably not the same song. TMZ broke the story. Mariah's version is a true cash cow, recently breaking the billion streams plateau and putting millions of dollars in her pocket annually. Andy wants a piece of that pie. He's going after Mariah for at least $20 million in damages. Hard to see how this one holds up in court. Lots of songs have similar or even the exact same title, but hey, Andy's going for it. It says, we reached out to Mariah's team. So far, no word back. And they don't need to give a word back. This is a done deal. This thing ain't going nowhere. That's funny. That's hilarious to me. But it doesn't surprise me that this Andy Stone, again, is a PC man trying to rob, or trying to get money out of this woman. Now, we all know that Mariah Carey will be under the category of either biracial or multiracial, but she's pretty much been embraced by the black community for years, probably dating back to the beginning of her career, when people started, figured out that her dad was black. So to me, it just seems like it's another colonizing tactic. Never heard of this Andy Stone. Never heard of him. I don't even know what he looks like. When I put up the picture to do this video, I didn't even type his name in. I might put it in the thumbnail, just so y'all can see what he looks like, and let that be that. But this thing ain't going far. This is funny. This is hilarious to me, and it's probably hilarious to you too. But the fact of the matter is, no one's going to remember his version of the song. Many people don't even know what his version of the song is, which is probably another reason why he put this out there. Maybe this was an attempt to get him to get views for that song or streams or whatever the case may be. But all he did was force people to go and want to listen to hers. Even more, putting more money into her pocket. And if his video is on YouTube, which I believe that it is, and them comment sections ain't turned off, they about to flood that thing now with a bunch of dislikes and hate comments that he pretty much warranted and bought on himself. It is what it is. And that's my take on it. Oh, before I end it, this would be like the perfect time to insert that meme of Mariah Carey's favorite line of, the famous one that she always said, that I don't know her. That would be the perfect time for this. And there it is.